It is definitely a blessed Saturday morning. Oh, now it's the afternoon. Didn't see that coming. A blessed Saturday afternoon. Thankful for you joining me and us able to fellowship. And I want to pick up from where we last left off at, which was journey. The journey of our faith, the journey of our conversations conscience, the journey of our devotional character finding out what it is and what it is not. There's a sort of niceness that we have to approach our faith with. And that approach can only take place as we take into consideration that our faith also has feelings. Our faith, just like us, also has feelings. And in order to understand that, we have to put our faith into very hard situations. And that means challenging what we think we know. That means challenging the identity of our faith and of who we are as human beings. That means going against the grain of what we may perceive to be right, but still moving forward, even though we may know or may not know something is wrong or is wrong, to find out the fact of the matter has a whole lot to do with chance. We're not so keen to take risk in chance. We're not so keen to take risk in what we fear. But as human beings, our faith is supposed to cradle our human condition. Cradle not in the sense of let it go, do what it will do, and have no excuse, but cradle in the sense of holding it and making sure that it feels the comfort that it needs. And in order for that to take place, it's journey. So I can remember always, even to this day, everyone always asking me when they hear me speak, because I like to make what I say personal. This is not just about philosophy to me. This is not just about doctrine to me. This is real because I am a real person and I've gone through real things. And I'm always asked, where did you start? I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. Where did you start? And my answer is always simply, I just open up the Bible and that's just where I went. And what I opened up to was Ezekiel 18. That entire chapter was my very first lesson book. I studied that chapter and I applied that book, studied that chapter in that book of Ezekiel so that I can know how to apply it to myself and so that I can understand how to learn Bible language and how Bible language applies to me and how it should apply to me. And so taking my past experiences, bringing all of my sorrow, all of my disappointments, I brought all of that into the book of Ezekiel chapter 18. And what I learned, what stood out for me, was the fact of dying. There is no I that wants to see us continually suffer or lose ourselves. And so the main idea was, instead of suffering yourself, do something to correct yourself. Instead of looking at what you can blame yourself. And that's what I was doing. Once I graduated college and I felt that in myself, I was blaming other people for the responsibility that I should have taken on my own self. And I didn't have enough sense to know that I create my own energy. And so it was that journey that led me to Ezekiel 18 and Ezekiel 18 to documenting my own understanding about myself and about my own situation, to let everything else around me stop existing as a kind of crutch, and then to take care of my own responsibility for my own self, and to begin the care that I should have been giving myself from times prior, but was ignorant too. So I say that just because of journey. Journey is important because as human beings, we like to fault find, and we like to do things that don't challenge us. We like the easy way out, and we like to blame everything else except our own self. And so it was a lesson for me to learn that blame should rest on me first, judgment should rest on me first, but then care also should rest on me first. I shouldn't look to sources outside of me to care for me, which is what I was also doing due to my own disappointment in my own self. And so, as a human being, we have to go through journey. As a human being, we have to take the chance to feel loss. As a human being, we have to take the opportunity that we have in failure to see that there's no such thing as failure, but only the opportunity to learn. And of course, keeping all of this in mind, that this is all for our human being and that we are all human, this process of growth and development is not going to happen overnight. And so you're building up patience with yourself, and you're building up patience with the essence within yourself also. Doing so allows the essence within us to build up faith on us. So it's like a love thing. We're loving what is within us. What is within us is giving us love back. And it's that bond that is formed through that journey that allows us to have a higher level of consciousness about who we are as people, who we are in society, how we can benefit the people that are closest to us, and also those that are far away. All of this is for our faith. All of this is for our conversations, conscience also. There is a reason why our faith has to suffer the loss of its own ignorance. There is a reason why our faith has to stop believing that it knows what it thinks it knows so that it can know nothing. In Isaiah 42:15 and 16, Isaiah 42:15, 16, 17, or 16 and 17, Isaiah 42:16 and 17, it reads, I will bring the blind by a way that they knew not. I will lead them in paths that they have not known. I will make darkness light before them and crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them and not forsake them. They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to molten images, you are our gods. And this is the training, the course of learning, the discipline that our faith has to go through, is that our faith has to experience ignorance in order for it to understand that it actually is ignorant so that it can feel sorry for the quote unquote God that it supported. Bible is telling us that our initial faith that we have, it is blind. It is blind because it has no sense. It has no sense because it's relying on gods. It is relying on gods that are formed by human hands. Giving our faith to another human being or to another human mind only makes us hate the faith that we have, only makes us hate everything that we know about it, to either love or hate. But when we can flip it, and flip it meaning taking the chance to risk disappointment, to risk our faith in its unhappiness, then we allow the Creator to work. The Creator's work is to lead in paths that we have not known, to make darkness light, to be turned back so that we can feel shame. Naturally, we hate to feel shame. But the Creator's intention is that our faith feels shame for how it carried itself so that we can then get on the right course of who we are as individuals, and individually, personally, honoring what we know to honor from the Bible. Doesn't mean that we understand something is false and now all of a sudden we have to give up everything. And now that we know what is false, We take what we know, and then we take what we learned, we bring the two together to form a marriage so that we can get straight with ourselves and maintain ourselves to the principles of the scriptures and not of what friend is telling us, mother, father has raised us in, pastor so and so. It becomes us. And looking at Ezekiel 20, 42 through 44. Ezekiel 20, 42 through 44 says, "You shall know that I am the Lord when I shall bring you into the land of Israel, into the country for the which I lifted up mine hand to give it to your fathers. And there shall you remember your ways, all your doings, wherein you have been defiled. And you shall loathe yourselves in your sight for all your evils that you have committed. And you shall know that I am the Lord when I have wrought with you for my name's sake, not according to your wicked ways, not according to your corrupt doings, O house of Israel." So again, from Isaiah to Ezekiel, the theme is still the same. The theme is still the same. When I bring you into a time or into a space where you don't know what's happening with yourself, I'm not going to just abandon you, but I'm going to bring you into a time, into a space, into a place that is only for you, that I have promised you. When you get to that place that I have promised you, if you're willing to hold on with me, not knowing where you are and allowing me, allowing life, allowing the experience to guide you into where you should go, I will care for you. I will care for you in showing you that you can show yourself that you have not cared for yourself. That's which I find absolutely cool and amazing, because there's a lot of people that reach out to me and tell me, I like to go to church because I'm waiting for my pastor to convert me. Like this is what people are, if they're not saying it, they're thinking it. They're going to church because they're looking for their pastor to convert them. They're looking for conversion in church. They're looking for somebody next to them to make them believe that the God of that church is real. But in the scriptures, the mind that inspired the scriptures is letting us know that it is not church that will convert you. The Bible is saying not even God, or who we identify to be God himself, is going to convert us. That's not how this works. The Bible is saying that if we are able to allow the Creator and our experience to guide us, no matter how afraid we are or how scared we are, it is not God that's going to bring us health. It is not pastor or friend or family that's going to bring us health. It is the revelation that we will retain by going through that experience that is going to do the conversion that we're looking for. So we cannot escape journey. We cannot escape feeling depressed about not knowing where we are in life, personally or devotionally. There is no such thing as church conversion. There is no such thing as mysterious God conversion. There is only what the Bible talks about when it comes to transformation. And that transformation has everything to do with us exercising our faith and exercising our trust in the experience so that the Creator can have the experience, and so the experience can have our faith, and so that these two working together can bring us into a time, space, and place for us to have the opportunity to reflect on ourselves and to find value in that reflection. So it's not that difficult, but we are making it difficult because we are imagining what we imagine of religion, and we are imagining what we imagine of God. But Bible is very plain. The way to have the kind of peace that the Bible is talking about is to embrace conflict on your journey. There is no peace without conflict, just like there is no good without evil. Good only exists because of evil, evil exists only because of good. So if we're going through hardness in life, that only means good exists or non-hardness exists on the other side of that. So if we're going through a hard time in our faith and in our life, that only means that at the end, if we're, Bible's telling us if we're able to maintain ourselves, if we're able to patiently rest with ourselves, if we're able to patiently allow the Creator to have what He does, create, Creator, create. We can't see this Creator, but we can know, as it says in the scriptures, by the fruit. And the fruit of the Creator is creation by experience. Now, we can only allow that creation to take place as we allow our trust in that experience and in that Creator to have more than the fear that we have in our heart. Why? 2 Corinthians 7 9 through 11, 2 Corinthians 7 9 to 11, 2 Corinthians 7 9 to 11 reads, Now I rejoice not that you were made sorry, but that you sorrowed to repentance. For you were made sorry after a godly manner that you might receive damage by us in nothing. For godly sorrow works repentance to salvation, never again to be thought of or repented of. But the sorrow of the world works death. For behold, in this selfsame thing you sorrowed after a godly sort. 1, what carefulness it wrought in you. What carefulness. 2, what clearing of yourselves. 3, what indignation. 4, what fear. 5, yea, what vehement desire. 6, your zeal. And point number 7, what revenge. In all things you have approved yourselves to be clear in this matter. So there's a process for why we go through what we go through. And we can either take it in two ways. We can take it as everything is against me. And so I have to let everything know that it is against me because it is against me. I am not the creator of anything wrong with me. Or 2, we can acknowledge that our energy plays a part in what we bring onto ourselves. And in acknowledging that our energy plays a part in what we bring onto ourselves, we can go through a life-changing experience to where 1, we begin sorrow, feeling sorrow for ourselves, but in the end of that, the 7th point of what we will go through in accepting what we bring onto ourselves is revenge. We will revenge the loss that we have experienced, meaning that we have cleared our thoughts and our feelings to the point of that sorrow that we will revenge the loss, meaning we will never do that again. We will learn from that experience, and learning from that experience, we will forever be clear in that matter to ourselves and to others. This is the place. Paul is saying what Ezekiel and Isaiah are saying. This is the place that the Creator wants to bring us into when it comes to our journey, into our faith journey. We have to embrace feeling sorry. We hate it. We hate feeling shame. But the battle isn't between us and anyone outside of us. The battle is between us and what is within us, and also our mind and the Creator's thoughts and feelings for us. So we need that journey. Going through that journey allows us to get closer with ourselves, to know who we are, instead of relying on things outside of us to let us know who we are. That journey is important because it allows the Creator to work. There's no such thing as conversion by God just like that. That's not how this works. We are human beings with a neurological system that functions and have organs that are visceral and also energy outside of us we can call also as organs that affect our neurology, thoughts, and feelings. We are a living mess. But the experience that the scriptures are telling us, entrusting our faith and our conversation to the Creator and to the experience, is the resolution and the solution of no longer becoming a hot mess, but becoming something valuable not only to ourselves, but to the people around us. So our faith journey is actually more important than we can even think or that we can even imagine, because our faith actually affects our human being. When our faith is down, our human being is depressed. When our human being is depressed, we do things outside of ourselves to fulfill the hole that our faith should be filling, but is not. So the journey of our faith is actually the journey of our human being. And the more that we fail to let our faith find itself, the more that our human being will do things to find itself, and it will not be finding itself. It will just be satisfying a stimulus until it is completely lost and confused and we are just done. But we're not supposed to be just done. We have to go through a re-education. No matter what age, I was once speaking and someone 65 years old came up to me and said, I'm 65 years old and I'm listening to you speak, and you expect me to take all of my 65 years and to undo them and to somehow make myself perfect after growing accustomed to a lifestyle and into a belief system for 65 years? My response, just like it would be to anybody else, yes. Your heart is beating, no matter what age you are, for your growth and development. And that's what our journey is, no matter what age. No matter what age, no matter what skin color, no matter what size of body, no matter what you think of yourself, no matter what anybody else thinks of you, this experience is personal. And at first, it is not easy, but scriptures let us know if we are persistent, if we maintain, and if we continue, we will reach a place, we will reach a space, and we will reach a land that is intended for us. When we reach that space, place, and land, it is then that reflection will begin to take place, and that reflection allowing correction, and that correction allowing us to have stronger confidence in the living God, and also in our own self. So stay confident, stay on your journey, no matter what you have in front of you. Um, don't see it, don't look at it, because we are naturally blind, and we assume by what we feel. Our feelings are naturally blind. No matter what you feel, no matter what you think, remember, it is journey, it is experience, and the end is love. We don't see it. But that was my first point in the first time, first episode, is that love is the point. And the love that we know to be love is not the love that the Bible defines as love. The love that we know to be love is very strange, and it is very flesh based. And it hurts when we don't get the love that we believe we should get, because it is a stimulus to our flesh. It is actually us loving us, and we want others to love us the way that we want to love ourselves, but we're not. So we can't put that on anyone, and we can't put that on ourselves. But the end of the journey is a love that is refreshing. So the Bible love is edification. When you love yourself, you edify yourself. Edification, there's no deception in it. There's no lies. There's only face value, straightforwardness. And so on our journey, just remember to be straight. Lace your faith straight. Don't think left, don't think right, think straight. Because our journey is to lead us into correction, and into a correction that is to heal what is within us. Take care for now.